ومن أظلم ممن منع مساجد الله أن يذكر فيها اسمه وسعى في خرابها أولئك ما كان لهم أن يدخلوها إلا خائفين لهم في الدنيا خزي ولهم في الآخرة عذاب عظيم.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. يا اخوانا، الإدارة الكريمة الفاضلة اللي عايزة تبيع بيت ربنا ده عشان المطور العقاري يهد ويعمل عمارة سكنية. يا اخوانا الله يبارك لكم، المبنى ده الناس قعدت 20 سنة تحافظ عليه وتكبر فيه وتنظف فيه. 20 سنة، كل سنة 200,000 دولار بيتصرفوا على المكان ده من الجالية الكريمة اللي هنا، اللي ربنا يبارك لهم كلهم في أموالهم وفي مجهودهم وفي أولادهم. حرام يا اخوانا، الجامع ده حرام، ده أمانة في إيدينا كلنا، المفروض نحافظ عليه. يا اخوانا حرام علينا، دي أمانة ربنا موصينا عليها، لازم نحافظ عليها لينا ولأولادنا ولكل المسلمين اللي بيجوا بعدينا هنا. احنا مش قاعدين، احنا هنمشي، غيرنا هيجي وهيصلي في نفس المسجد لل100 سنة اللي جاية إن شاء الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعضاء الجالية الإسلامية في هاكنساك يرحبون بالسادة الضيوف الكرام. نحاول في هذه المقدمة أن نشرح موقفنا من محاولة الإدارة لبيع مسجد هاكنساك.
Welcome everyone. We will try to explain our position on the issue of the attempt to sell our masjid. First, we are not against acquiring another building. Second, we are willing to help purchasing and reconstructing that building. Third, we are against the illegal attempt to sell our 20 years old masjid. We strongly believe there is no reason to do so. Our community is getting bigger, and we need to expand, not to sell our existing masjid. Finally, we strongly believe that the board is mismanaging the masjid, and its members are ignoring the Muslim community desire to keep the masjid. We are doing everything we can to prevent that process. None of us has any special interest or any other intention other than keeping our masjid. The story of the confrontation between the board and the community members started when many members requesting more information about what is happening regarding the new building and the intention to sell our masjid. The board held a community meeting on October 3, 2021.
جزاك الله خير. الله يكرمك. الحمد لله.
مش هنبيع يا جماعه.
It was very obvious in that meeting the whole community members were against the idea to sell our masjid. In that meeting the board decided not to sell. We would like to mention that the board called the police ahead of the meeting, and during the meeting, one of the board members repeatedly asked the police to take one of the community members out of the masjid in a very humiliating way. The community requested a signed letter from the board pledging that they will not sell. On October 12, 2021, the board issued a resolution stating that the board voted and decided to terminate any and all current negotiations related to the sale of the property, and to revoke and withdraw any and all offers. On November 29, 2021, Mr. Hussam Al-Baz, one of the board members, resigned from the board because he couldn't agree with the way they run the masjid, especially the way they are managing the communication with the community, and he was against the restraining orders made against some of community members. In addition to his opposition to the selling of the masjid, the board started to abuse its power and harassing the community members who opposed the selling idea. The board issued letters forbidding those members from entering the masjid. These letters were prepared even before those members doing any action. These letters were dated December 1, 2021. On December 2, 2021, those members recorded some videos inside the masjid to inform the community and asking everyone to do whatever he can in order to save our masjid. The board claimed that they issued the forbidding letters because of that. This is not true, because they issued these letters before these brothers recorded their clips. It was very obvious that they had the intention to abuse and threat whoever is against the selling. We would like to mention one very important point. Mr. Hassam Albaz, the resigned board member, stated in his resignation, "I disagreed with the cancellation of the General Assembly meeting scheduled on Sunday, December 5 due to COVID-19 as they claim, while the fact is that they can't manage the disagreement and rejection of the community to their decision." So, it was very obvious that the board realized the objection of the selling, and did not want to face the community. In addition to all of that, something horrible happened on December 2nd. The board had a meeting in the masjid on the 3rd floor with the developer who plans to build the housing project, and wants to buy our masjid to have full control of the whole area. Do you know what was the purpose of that meeting? Believe it or not, they signed an extension to the letter of intent. Really? After they promised the community that they will not sell. And after they signed an official pledge that they decided to terminate any and all current negotiations related to the sale of the property, and to revoke and withdraw any and all offers. They are going to follow their plan even after the promise and the written legal resolution. Do you believe that? How can we trust that board anymore? The community will never forget what happened on Friday, the 3rd of December, 2021. On that Friday, the board president called the police and stood outside the masjid, preventing some of the Muslim community members from entering the masjid to pray. He seemed very proud to do so. Have you ever seen such behavior? Have you ever seen such abuse of power? Have you ever seen some Muslim proudly preventing his fellows Muslim from entering the masjid?
حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل 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 حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل.
What's happened after 20 years in this masjid. I came to pray the Jum'ah, and it's a letter. They say, stop me from coming to pray.
انت لوحدك؟ انت لوحدك؟
No, it's more people.
كل الناس دي اتمنعت تخش المسجد.
Anybody say no for selling the masjid, they selected the people. And I have a letter from the president.
Who's this? Who's this? No, who this? Who this? Shaitan regime. Who this? No, who this? No, who this?
ابو طارق
شaitan regime.
اقفل الجامع يا ابو طارق على الناس. يا ابو طارق انت بتقفل الجامع على الناس يوم الجمعه. اتق الله، اتق الله يا ابو طارق. اتق الله، بتمنع الناس تصلي الجمعه. اتق الله يا ابو طارق. مانع مجدي عبد الله يصلي الجمعه. مجدي عبد الله مانعين يصلي الجمعه. خلاص هنخليها في البارك، هنخليها في البارك. خلاص هنخليها في البارك، هنخليها في البارك.
Now go off the sidewalk. Everyone please remove yourself from this area. We're gonna move over there on the sidewalk to over there.
We would like to mention that we as the oppositions did file just one lawsuit to stop selling of our masjid. The board, on the other hand, filed more than 5 lawsuits against many individuals from the oppositions, and accusing them of false and fabricated accusations just because we stood against the illegal attempt to sell our 20-years-old worship place, and used our right to save it. We will not back off, and we will not give up until we save our Hackensack Masjid. We believe that the board has no intention to listen to the community, or trying to have fair and transparency communication in order to do what is best for the Muslim community and resolve that issue. Since December 2021, we held 16 consecutive demonstrations and Friday prayers outside our masjid. We stood and prayed outdoor in sub-zero temperature and rainy, windy days. We showed the board and the whole community that we will do our best to save our masjid.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. Not for sale. 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 Allah house is 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 not for sale. مسجدنا مش للبيع. مسجدنا مش للبيع. بيت الله مش للبيع. بيت الله مش للبيع. بيت الله مش للبيع. بيت الله مش للبيع. Not for sale. Not for sale. Not for sale. Not for sale. Not for
يا من تعلق قلبه بالمسجد ويتوق شوقا للصلاة بموعدي، أضحى حزينا فاقدا أفراحه وفؤاده يهفو لباب موصد، ويزيد صوت الأذان تشوقا كالماء تاق لنهله ثغر صدي، قد عاش طول حياته في روضة للصالحين وطيب عيش أرغدي يجد السعادة. يا من تعلق قلبه بالمسجد ويتوق شوقا للصلاة بموعدي، أضحى حزينا فاقدا.
سوف نبقى هنا كي يزول الألم، سوف نحيا هنا، سوف نحمي الحرم. مسجدي مسجدي كل ما في ديننا، مسجدي 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 أنا. سوف نبقى هنا كي يزول الألم، سوف نحيا هنا.